Hello, friends. So, in this particular part, we are going to discuss about Gandhiji's thoughts about reconstruction of the villages. You see, in the present times, when various initiatives for rural development and collective welfare are being implemented in different parts of the country, we felt it would be highly beneficial to present Mahatma Gandhiji's ideas on village reconstructions to you. As it is widely known, Gandhiji identified himself as a villager and chose to live in rural areas. He founded several institutions such as All India Village Industries Association, All India Spinners Association, Harijan Sevak Sangha, All India Village Industries Association, which I just now mentioned. They aim to address the needs of these villages and they were dedicated to enhancing their physical, economic, social, and moral well being. He had a very clear picture of what should be done and what should not be done as far as rural development was concerned. Gandhiji firmly believed that the essence of India lives in its villages and emphasized that the nation's life should thrive in rural areas rather than in big cities. He passionately expressed his belief that India will also perish if the village disappears, underlining the vital importance of preserving and uplifting rural life for the sustenance of the entire nation. Gandhiji was of the opinion that villages have suffered because their local industries have been destroyed, and the only way to help them is to bringing these industries back to life. He encouraged youth to go to villages and teach people about how to keep their villages clean and self-sufficient. Gandhiji had a dream for villages. He believed that each village should be like a complete democracy, self-sufficient in its essential needs, while it should cooperate with neighboring villages for few things. It should also encourage cooperation among its own people. That was really important. The first priority of every village should be to grow its own food grains and cotton for clothing. Villages should have open spaces for cattle to graze, areas for recreation and sports for both the young and the old, and farmers should use the remaining land to grow crops and make some profit. In Gandhiji's vision, every village would have its own schools and drama schools, clean drinking water and basic education, all the way up to the higher education, should be accessible to everyone. There should be no discrimination or untouchability. For the village's protection, there would be a special group of village soldiers. Every year, a panchayat made up of 5 people from the village would be elected to govern the village. This panchayat would have all the necessary powers and authority, serving as a legislative, judicial, and business assembly. Importantly, no external authority, not even the central government, should interfere in the village's affairs. This is what were his thoughts. The goal of this vision was to outline a form of village governance that empowered local communities and ensured their self-sufficiency and self-governance. Gandhiji emphasized that these rural communities should possess the skills of artistry and craftsmanship, enabling them to create a goods highly regarded beyond their own villages. As these rural areas undergo comprehensive development, they will nurture individuals, both men and women, with exceptional talents in various arts and crafts. These gifted individuals will enrich the minds and spirits of their fellow villagers. In Gandhiji's villages, one can expect to find poets, painters, skilled artisans, linguistic experts, and dedicated researchers. In a short span of time, villages will offer everything needed for a fulfilling life. Gandhiji was deeply dismayed by the sight of villages marred by desolation and litter. Nevertheless, he remained optimistic that in the near future these very same places will be transformed into lush green gardens, where attempts to deceive or exploit villagers will become increasingly futile. Gandhiji passionately called for an immediate start of the village reconstruction effort, emphasizing that it should not be a mere short term initiative but a sustained and enduring commitment. This was really important. He placed great significance on the harmonious integration of industry, skills, physical well being, and education. This profound synergy is eloquently presented in the concept of Nai Talim. In Nai Talim, industry and education are not separate and distinct. Rather, industry serves as a method of education itself. This was his unique thought. This approach ensures that learning is not confined to the classroom but is deeply embedded in practical, real world experiences, creating a seamless connection between education and productive work. Gandhiji also firmly asserted that the vision of building such villages is not a challenging task. While it may take a person's entire lifetime, maybe, to develop such a village, it is entirely feasible and achievable. The key lies in the dedication and persistent effort to make this vision a reality. Gandhiji also claimed that true economics never militates against the highest ethical standard, just as all true ethics, to be worth its name, must at the same time be also good economics. True economics stands for social justice. It promotes the good of all equally, including the weakest, and is indispensable for decent life. Gandhiji's notion of revitalizing village India through the spinning wheel struck many as anachronistic. But the logic of his arguments took on greater force after his death. Gandhi's economic ideals were not about the destruction of all machinery, but a regulation of their excess. Khadi requires decentralization of production and consumption, which in turn should take place as near as possible to the source of production. Such localization would do away with the temptation to speed up production regardless of the costs and would alleviate the problems of an inappropriately structured economic system. Gandhiji's ideas on Swadeshi were summed up during his first major struggle in India and repeated almost verbatim throughout the next 30 years. Swadeshi is that spirit in us which requires us to serve our immediate neighbors before others and to use things produced in our neighborhood in preference to those more remote. So doing, we serve humanity to the best of our capacity. We cannot serve humanity by neglecting our neighbors, isn't it? Gandhi often evoked the ideas of self-reliance and self-help in regard to the individual, the village, the working classes, and the nation. Yet he sought not to overdo it. Let us not forget, he says, man's social nature. If it is his privilege to be independent, it is equally his duty to be interdependent. Such a beautiful thought. It will also be possible to reconstruct our villages so that the villages collectively, not the villagers individually, will become self-contained so far as their clothing requirements are concerned. This is what he had mentioned. Going ahead, we would like to share a few thoughts of Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar as well. Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar put more emphasis on collective farming with the government's rules and regulations. The share of productivity by all tenants should be prescribed according to government rule. This is what he said. The state must finance the resources for cultivation like the supply of water, drought animals like domesticated to assist humans in agricultural tasks, etc. Manures, seed, etc. are the duty of the government to increase the agricultural output. He addressed industrialization as the panacea for all agricultural diseases. According to him, the investment in agriculture is the primary industry for India. These were his views. Dear friends, at the end, you have one learning activity. You are supposed to prepare a mind map about Gandhiji's thoughts on village reconstruction and post this mind map on the discussion forum. We have come to the end of this particular part. Thank you so much.